Hippopotamus. Many people mistakenly view hippopotami as gentle, docile creatures, aquatic bovines of sorts. This misconception couldn't be further from the truth. Hippos are fiercely territorial and hyper-aware of their personal boundaries. Wildlife experts and safari guides consistently rank the hippopotamus as Africa's most dangerous animal. Hippopotami typically cause human fatalities in one of two scenarios. In the first instance, humans make the grave error of traversing a path leading to a hippo's watery domain. These unfortunate individuals soon discover they've positioned themselves between the hippo and its aquatic sanctuary when the 3,300-pound behemoth charges toward them with shocking velocity. The massive creature tramples victims with its enormous hooves and crushing weight while slashing at them with incisors measuring 2 feet in length, each as thick as a soda can. The alternative demise by hippo might be even more terrifying. In this scenario, humans navigate a small watercraft along the hippo's territory. Should the hippo perceive this vessel as a threat, it will swiftly attack from below, using its immense mass to capsize the boat while simultaneously clamping down on both vessel and passengers with its massive jaws. The hippo attempts to bisect its human victims with its enormous mouth and teeth. Not exactly an ideal way to meet your end. African driver ant. African driver ants inhabit Central and Eastern Africa, with some populations extending to Southern Africa and tropical Asia. Individual colonies can house over 20,000 ants. This species poses minimal danger to mobile individuals. However, if you're unconscious, intoxicated, or immobilized, these ants will launch what's known as a siafu attack and consume you alive. Beyond their painful bites and stings, the ants infiltrate any accessible opening in the body and invade the lungs, inducing suffocation. A particularly horrific way to perish. Freshwater snails. Though it may come as a surprise to many, freshwater snails rank among the deadliest creatures on Earth. When a person enters water inhabited by these snails, parasites released from the mollusks penetrate the individual skin. Once inside the bloodstream, these parasites migrate to blood vessels, where they can remain dormant for years. However, it's not the parasitic worms themselves that prove lethal, but rather their eggs. The transformation from worm to egg can take years, but once developed, these eggs grow sharp protrusions which they use to navigate through bodily tissues toward exit points. The parasites must leave the body as snails to complete their life cycle. Meanwhile, these barbed eggs can become lodged in vital organs, triggering various symptoms ranging from anemia and debilitating fatigue to a slow, lingering death. Blue-ringed octopus. This diminutive octopus displays primarily yellow coloration with blue or black circular markings. The creature's coloration intensifies when alarmed. Despite its Pokemon-like appearance, this tiny cephalopod is nothing to underestimate. The blue-ringed octopus contains one of the world's most potent venoms. After envenomation, victims have approximately 15 minutes before death occurs. Its venom, a powerful neurotoxin called tetrodotoxin, initially causes facial numbness, followed by dryness of the mouth and tongue. Within minutes, the victim's entire body becomes paralyzed, rendering speech impossible. By this point, if the victim hasn't already alerted someone to their condition, they'll be unable to communicate further. After roughly 15 minutes, the respiratory muscles succumb to paralysis and consciousness fades. Asphyxiation and death quickly follow. No antivenom exists for this toxin. Tsetse Fly. This minuscule insect has earned its reputation as the world's most dangerous fly. Native to sub-Saharan regions, the Tsetse Fly, like the equally lethal mosquito, feeds on the blood of animals and humans it encounters. What makes this fly particularly dangerous is its ability to inject microscopic pathogens known as trypanosomes while feeding. Trypanosomes cause African sleeping sickness, a devastating illness characterized by neurological and meningoencephalitic symptoms. These include impaired coordination, sleep disturbances, and behavioral alterations resulting from brain inflammation. Initial symptoms often resemble influenza, with victims experiencing progressive exhaustion, hence the name sleeping sickness. Without prompt treatment, these conditions frequently result in death. As the disease advances, Victims become increasingly disoriented and fatigued. No vaccines or preventative medications exist for this condition. The best defense involves sleeping under mosquito netting, wearing neutral-colored clothing, as the fly is attracted to bright colors, and avoiding brushy areas during daylight hours. Stung to death by bees. Bees serve as crucial pollinators, essential for environmental health. But this offers little consolation to someone under attack by a massive swarm. When a person accidentally ventures too close to a hive and receives several stings, those bees release pheromones that signal other colony members to join the defense. An increasing number of bees emerge to confront the perceived intruder, intent on protecting their queen. They target every accessible part of the body, focusing particularly on the head and neck. At this point, victims may struggle to breathe without inadvertently inhaling bees that then sting the throat's interior. For individuals without bee allergies, lethal danger typically occurs between 500 and 1,200 stings. Medical intervention can save victims, but prompt treatment is essential. During an attack, victims often experience vomiting, incontinence, and diarrhea. Even after receiving medical care, some individuals succumb days later as accumulated venom degrades muscle tissue and dissolves blood cells. This process creates debris that overwhelms the renal system, leading to kidney failure and death several days after the initial attack. Crocodile. This relative of the less aggressive alligator demonstrates remarkable cunning and agility. Their 200 million year evolutionary history speaks to their effectiveness as predators. Crocodiles possess perfect camouflage coloration for aquatic environments. They can reach lengths of 21 feet and possess up to 66 teeth. Unlike many large predators, crocodiles don't pursue quick kills. Instead, they lurk just beneath the water's surface near riverbanks and lake shores, waiting for creatures or humans to approach. If sufficiently hungry, a crocodile won't hesitate to extend its hunting range. Crocodiles can launch themselves vertically from water with tremendous force, covering distances up to 30 feet in their initial lunge. This gives nearby sunbathers or water-gatherers virtually no chance against a hungry specimen. A crocodile typically seizes its prey by a limb, twisting and rotating while dragging the victim back into the water. Unable to chew, crocodiles maintain a vice-like grip on their prey. Underwater, the crocodile continues rolling its victim while maintaining hold of a limb. The victim typically drowns, after which the crocodile stores the remains underwater for later consumption. While some individuals do survive crocodile attacks, they frequently lose a limb in the process. Box jellyfish. This jellyfish species inhabits Indo-Pacific waters north of Australia. Like many jellyfish, they're nearly invisible due to their transparent bodies. They drift through the water, using their venomous tentacles to capture prey, and occasionally kill humans. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration classifies the box jellyfish as the world's most venomous marine animal, a clear indication you should avoid all contact. The jellyfish derives its name from the 10 tentacles extending from its cube-shaped frame. Each tentacle reaches up to 10 feet in length and is covered with nemecysts, stinging cells containing a potent toxin that simultaneously attacks the nervous system, skin cells, and heart. This fast-acting venom means that despite the existence of an antivenom, victims often perish before reaching shore, let alone a hospital where treatment is available. Hundreds die annually, either from neurological shock preventing them from reaching safety, or from cardiac arrest shortly before or after making it to shore. Even those who survive a box jellyfish encounter may endure excruciating pain for weeks and develop prominent scarring from the tentacles' lashings. Tapeworms. When people envision tapeworms, they typically picture disgusting parasites feeding on intestinal or stomach tissues. However, before developing into mature worms, tapeworms begin as cyst-like organisms. These cysts can migrate and lodge in a victim's brain, causing a condition called neurocystic urcosis. As tapeworm cysts enlarge, they exert pressure on brain structures, causing dysfunction. They can trigger hydrocephalus, fluid accumulation in the brain, leading to dangerously elevated intracranial pressure. This may progress to brain herniation, followed by coma and potentially death. Even when tapeworm cysts die naturally within the brain, They continue causing problems for years. The body's immune response attacks these cysts, but this defense mechanism causes surrounding brain tissue to become inflamed. For reasons not fully understood, even dead cysts can trigger recurrent waves of brain inflammation for years. If cysts are located near critical brain regions, this swelling may induce violent seizures and comatose states. Sloth bear. The sloth bear, an ancient brown bear relative inhabiting the Indian subcontinent, possesses large, sickle-shaped claws, capable of inflicting catastrophic damage in seconds. Sloth bears regard humans as predators, a logical perspective considering humanity's encroachment on their territory and decimation of their population. Known for their aggression, sloth bears frequently target humans. During attacks, sloth bears focus on the victim's face and head, slashing with their curved claws. These bears rarely kill victims immediately, instead, horribly disfiguring their faces before methodically sucking and chewing at their extremities until the body is gradually, agonizingly reduced to pulp.